Hey guys, today we're going to talk about Abadar, one of the gods in the Inner Sea. We're going to cover his backstory, what he stands for, the rules and blessings for his followers, and the divine interception he can bestow. Let's start with his backstory. During the Age of Creation, an evil deity named Shravagog tried to destroy Galarian. Abadar and multiple of the other gods, both good and evil, worked together to steal him away. For that they created a demo plane that they could seal off. Abadar's part was the creation of a key, which he interestingly made so cunningly that only Asmodeus was able to turn it. So, as you see, even the evil ones played a big part in saving Golarion. Once Golarion was saved, Abadar focused on guiding the humanoid races and helping them establish civilized societies. God, that word. So we can definitely say he's a very important deity within Golarion. He saved them and helped them to become who they are today. Of course, he's not the only deity that's important, but he still had a big impact on today's Golarion society. Let's move on to what he stands for. He's a lawful deity who values the law above anything else. He expects his followers to obey all meaningful laws. Anything that's ridiculous, unenforceable, or self-contradictory can be ignored. He dislikes wars, as they lead to the degradation of trade and is bad for the prosperity of the general public. His main worshippers are aristocrats, city guards, merchants, and those who work in the legal practice or who have the well-being of their community on their mind. On top of that, he's one of the main dwarven deities. His temples are a mix between holy cathedral and bank and can be found in many cities where order is thriving or gaining a foothold. Within cities, his priests are often working as judges, lawyers, or clerks, while those who choose to live on the frontier work as magistrates, on-road judge, jury, and executioners. Now we're gonna have a closer look at what it means to be his follower. As his follower, you should always bring civilization to the frontiers, earn wealth through hard work and trade, and follow the rule of law. But you should not engage in banditry or piracy, steal and undermine a law-abiding court. I can honestly say that no one in my group should have him as a deity, as we all have our moments where we go exactly against what he is saying. I'm also unsure what he thinks about looting. It's kind of stealing. The only difference is that they are already dead and don't have any use for it anymore. Really hope that this would fall into a legal grey zone. Occasionally, his followers can get boons and curses. They are never handed out just for simply doing as you are told or doing something he doesn't like. You really need to show you're worthy or do something important to gain a boon. For example, the quest you're on could impact something that is very important to him, and to help you succeed he grants you a boon. With the curses it could be that you're one of his priests by keep committing anathema, and to teach you a lesson he bestows you with a curse. Let's see what his boons could be. A minor boon could be that he helps you see through a lie that would have bad consequences for you. In game terms, a successful deception check would turn into a critical failure. A moderate boon could be that he helps you to earn money. In game terms, your roll would always count as one higher than you rolled. A major boon could allow you, once per day, to make a deal that no one could easily turn down. In game turns, your result is a 20 plus your diplomacy modifier. Should that still not lead to an agreement, instead of wasting your ability, you instinctively learn that the deal is simply not possible. Now to the curses. A minor curse could be that whenever you do something unlawful, a visible mark appears on your skin that shows what crime you committed, and you have no way of covering it up. So everyone would know what you did until you received illegal consequences for your crime. A moderate curse could be that your financial situation gets worse. In game terms, every roll to earn money will count as one level lower. A major curse could be that you always suffer the critical failure effect of Zone of Truth, and all your bargains have the worst outcomes for you. Personally, I think the minor curse is the worst of them, because there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. If you're an adventurer, you normally don't have a business on the side, so the moderate one isn't really a problem, and when it comes to the major one, just shut the fuck up. The spell doesn't force you to tell anything, only if you talk, and no one is stopping you to just not say anything at all. Or, depending on the situation, you can just let someone else do the talking. So, while it's still really bad to not be able to lie, it can really be avoided if you are in a situation that would massively fuck you over. So, with these covered, let's move to the infos that are mainly for clerics and champions. For his divine font, he offers harm or heal, and the divine skill is society. His favorite weapon is a crossbow, and his domains are cities, earth, travel, wealth, and duty. As spells he grant you. The first level spell, Illusory Object. With the spell, you create an illusory image of a stationary object that fits within the spell's area. It appears natural, but doesn't make any sounds or generate smells. Any creature that touches it or uses the seek action notices that it's an illusion. You can cast it at second level to give the spell a duration of 1 hour and auditory and olfactory traits which make the illusion more believable. You can also cast it at 5th level to make the illusion's duration unlimited. The next spell is the 4th level spell, Creation. You can conjure a temporary object made of vegetable matter and has a size of a 5 cubic feet or smaller. It can't rely on intricate artistry or complex moving parts, never fulfills a cost, for example, material components for spells or similar things like that, and can't be made of precious materials or materials with a rarity of uncommon or higher. Given that it's only temporary, it can't be sold or passed off as a real item. You can cast it at 5th level to use metal or other common minerals like quartz. The last spell is a 7th level spell, Magnificent Mansion. You conjure an extra-dimensional demiplane. All you need is a place where you can place a door on. While casting, you choose who can enter the mansion, and once everyone is inside, the door becomes invisible. So without being able to detect magic or the ability to plane shift, no one will know that the mansion even exists. Within the mansion are 24 visible unseen servants who do as you please, and the mansion also offers enough food to serve a 9-course banquet to 150 people, so your party will never starve as long as you're in there. While the spell has a size limitation, I could bet that no DM would say no if you make it bigger when it's just for shits and giggles to do some fun downtime stuff with your friends. So, as a personal conclusion, I can definitely see how this god could be fun with a champion who wants to ensure that the law is followed and to help other city authorities to catch the evil guys. It's sadly not really my playstyle. While I'm always a good character, I like the freedom of being completely chaotic stupid if I get too curious, and a character with that deity would be really hard for me to play. I would try it as a challenge for one shot, but could not see myself playing a follower of him in a campaign. Do you guys have any interesting ideas for a character with him? Let me know. Thank you for watching the video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Bye!